Hey everyone, my name is Carly Frank. I'm currently the president of BNI Prayer Prosperity in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I hold a painting seat in the chapter. Myself and my parents own Next Level Painting in Saskatoon. We do residential commercial projects. But in my year of being president, I've noticed there's a couple gaps in how do I do this, how do I find that. So I'm creating some videos to hopefully fill those gaps. Today we're talking about how to get your CEU credits in. First, we're going to go through BNI Business Builder, how to find stuff in there, how to find your role training. That'll count to CEU credits. And then we're going to go through a screen recording of my phone and how I get them in while I'm on the go. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, etc. There's no reason not to get them in, guys. They're very easy to do. Just find whatever works for you and stick with it. Hopefully this helps. Okay, you're going to start at app.schoox.com/login.php. Takes you to BNI Business Builder. So we're going to log in. Same login as your BNI Connect. Okay, from here, we're going to go up to BNI BB Training. Most importantly, while there's training programs, I want to go over to my BNI BB Training. Okay, so from here, I can see my presentations or my training programs. Now, presentations could be stuff that's been assigned to me or that I've started in the past and not finished. And now I can go to my training programs. And now I can see if I've been assigned any training in here, BNI Leadership. If you've been assigned role training, you should be able to find it in here. Most importantly, I want to be able to find the Member Success Program 2.0. This is what I need as a new member. This is what I need to do in order to be able to do my feature presentation, my 10-minute presentation, but it also counts for CEU credits. So any of these I'm going to click on. Now you can see week 1 seems like we're talking about our 50-minute presentation. That seems crazy. 50-minute. It's probably 52nd minute presentation. Anyways, so you can see how this one is blue. This one is kind of grayed out. Obviously, we can't move on to week 2 and 3 and 4 until we do week 1. I have 0 progress because I haven't done this yet. So I will click on this. And we can see in week 1 is made up of a bunch of steps. Obviously, I'm going to start with step 1. And you just simply click on this. It'll launch a new page. And at least on mine, something will come up in the middle here saying launch course. When I'm done and I exit out of here, it'll record my progress. You can see I've spent 11 seconds on it, now 20. This will be how you keep track of the time for your CEUs. 1 hour is 1 CEU credit. So it takes you 20 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes here. That's your 1 CEU credit, okay? Keep track. Okay, now that's where you find your training. If you want to go into BNI and you want to go to training programs in general, say you just wanted to look at what's out there, this would be a great place to see other things that are coming up. You can see other training programs here. You can see stuff all along the side, or you can go into presentations. And presentations will also give you other ways to get CEU credits. Just as an example, scroll down the side here, and let's do the Business Booster series. Okay, so you can see there's presentations on everything. Attracting the ideal power team, what excellent educators can teach us, how to take control, 3 secrets to turn your business. The majority of these presentations are about an hour, so the majority of them will be 1 CEU credit. You can see that I've actually watched this one here, and the time spent was 52 minutes, 48 seconds. CEUs are an honor roll basis, guys. 52 minutes, I did count that as 1 CEU credit. There's been times where I've done an hour and 10 minutes, and I've still only counted it as 1. You're only sorting yourselves. No one's going to ask you if that CEU credit is 59 minutes or if it was 52. So be aware. Lots of stuff. Go through all this, find something that interests you, and do it. Get your CEU credits in. Okay guys, how do you find CEU credits when you're not able to be by a computer? First things first, like I talked about, you can go into that BNI Business Builder, and obviously this is the app form versus the computer form. It takes so long to load. I'm just going to go into the podcast mainly is what I want to focus on. So if you have any way that you listen to podcasts, mine are I listen sometimes to Spotify, or I listen sometimes on my Google Podcasts. I clearly have an Android, I don't have an Apple, but obviously the majority of Apple people would have Apple Podcasts, and it'll be the exact same as this. So I'm going to use both examples. I'm going to go into Spotify first. I'm going to go into Home. There's a search along the bottom there. What do you want to listen to? Honestly, if you just type in BNI into the search, it brings up a lot of stuff. You can see there's the official BNI podcast. That's one done by Dr. Ivan Meisner. There's another one called BNI Power of One. There's actually quite a few. There's a BNI Brazil one. I know there's a lot. There's a BNI for Success podcast. I've seen that one come up. There's one in Australia, which I can't remember the name of. I don't know. You can find whatever you want. I'll go through now. the official BNI podcast from Ivan Meisner. I mean, you got episode 849 here. That's the newest. So there's 849. You can see this one's 12 minutes, 13 minutes. Remember, one CEU credit is 1 hour. So the thing about using Spotify is just that you have to keep a rough idea of what you've listened to, right? So in this case, these are all about 15 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I listen to 4 of these, that would be 1 CEU credit. Depending how you like to do it, you could add it to a playlist so that you can keep track of it. You could just start them playing and let them go. However you want to do it, but that counts. That's a CEU credit. Just keep track of roughly how many hours you listen to them. This is the official one, Dr. Ivan Meisner. My personal favorite one is BNI and the Power of One, and this is done by Tim Roberts. He's a franchise owner in the States somewhere. He's got 663. I know he's in a competition. He's trying to get as many episodes as Ivan Meisner or whatever, but either way, you have lots here too. Now, he's got his split up a little bit. I really like, if you're having issues with your weekly presentation or you think people aren't really understanding what you want them to, listen to his weekly presentation ones. They're usually short. They're usually 10 and 15 minutes, and people have actually written in and he critiques them, and you can write in too. So he does a lot of different things. He does a business matters segment where, while it's still kind of BNI focused, it's a lot more related to business. Obviously this is 25 minutes. I like the ones that are a little bit longer, so I don't need to keep track as much, but he's got a lot. Or the biggest thing is if you don't just want any BNI and you want to find it about something, say you're having trouble inviting visitors, maybe try typing BNI visitors. Look at all these episodes. So how to give visitors something, Power One, visitors, inviting visitors through social media. There's so much here, guys. And it's so easy. You just listen to it while you're driving or doing something else. Same thing. I find it easier to track. I actually listen to them in the Google Podcast app. So I have the official BNI one here. I have the Power one here. If you didn't have that, you just go to Explore, type in BNI. See, look, I can't read Spanish, but if I could, I'd be open to even more, right? There's BNI Mindset. I know there's an Australian one, and I can't remember the name of it, but I heard it referenced in the Power one too. Oh, look at that, the Australian story. BNI San Diego podcast. I mean, there's so many options. There's no reason to not get any CEUs in. And if you don't like the sound of one, try a different one. Anyways, that's a quick how to get some CEU credits in.